man, NRG just seems to get better and better and more dialed in on their strats, on their win conditions as time has gone on. And this is going to be a big test for both teams going into this pistol round.
Yeah, I think much like, oh, actually, hang on, Leviathan has already sent 4 down mid. Ethan, the first to receive the aggression, and he dishes it right back. 2 early kills found, and now the map is wide open.
Instantly going back to A here, just grouping up, but they still have a lurk of Victor to hold the flank. He's not going to get any action, but you already see the different type of layers and setups they have.
Yeah, I think they're already ahead of the one-way that you just saw King put out. They have so much space they've taken. This is such a luxury, such a benefit to be able to play from this position. You can give some of that space back.
Even just the utility combo there, pop flash with the nade, catching anybody off guard if they're there. Ooh. Oh, he gets punished though.
From that same one-way that he had already cleared. Now Crash, he's blinded, he's nearsighted, he can't see a damn thing. Mazino's there in the trade, and it's all gonna fall down to Calm. Calm on a Cypher roll against a very weak Demon 1. Calm wins out the 1v1, and the pistol goes the way of Lev.
That's insane. It was a 3v5, but the Omen flash from King actually got 2 players there, 1 on default and 1 back sight. And that was the big pivotal point in that round. That brought it back for Lev.
See if we can take a look at that again, because yeah, you're right. It felt like that was a round that should have gone the way of NRG.
Yeah, that flash from King that hit the person on Jenny and sight. It was actually the demise right there. And Calm winning the 1v1 against his former teammate. 2 champions in the server. The head-to-head. And something to point out here is Calm is playing the Cypher on this map. And normally that's Tex's role on this team, but Tex, you know, the second map is Bind, and Tex is known for playing Gecko on it, so I think they just wanted to keep things a little bit similar in that aspect.
And Calm is already delivering. We see him win that 1v1. He's been the recipient of criticism for the majority of the split, to be honest. I think it wasn't up until last weekend that he was able to silence some of the doubters and the pundits who have had thoughts about this squad and whether or not it's coming together and kind of what the ceiling is for them. So really encouraging if you're a fan of Leviathan for Calm to be clicking the way he was. And again, that was in the face of a 3v5 at the very beginning of the round. Yeah. They had full numbers, they had space, they had everything. Yeah,
I already know Chet's backstage over there just beating himself up over what just happened watching that, because there's no world in which NRG should lose that. They had the complete advantage in that scenario, but the utility was just not quite there.
It's interesting to see Leviathan in their approach this round. In the previous round, it was just a heavy push down mid, which went in the way of NRG, but this time, much more cautious.
Yeah, these eco rounds have been so crazy in VCT this year. I feel like we've seen so many crazy things, especially out of C9 and all these other teams, but anybody can really do it, especially when you're up against Demon 1 and the rest of NRG.
I wondered if King was going to swing there. The paranoia and then the fault line was just such a brutal trap. Now you start to see some of those kills come through. King's already gotten 2 on the round. The third will crumble.
Spike planted.
The spike was planted. Consolation prize. That's really all it is.
Yeah, not a bad round for NRG. Yeah, they didn't get a lot of guns out, but they actually farmed the B orb and then ran all the way back to A and got a bomb plant down. So that will definitely help out the economy of NRG in the long run. And I guess they got some armor off of the Leviathan players, so that's good as well.
As we head into the third, you see King 1 point away from having his ult online, but interesting that they chose to funnel that diffuse orb into the hands of Tex.
Yeah, I mean, Gecko ult on this map is so insane. I feel like a broken record when I talk about it, because these Geckos get ults so fast, sometimes 3, 4 a half, and it is definitely the character that you want it on. It's so easy to farm the orb on the Gecko on both sides.
Oh, it's aggressive from Aspas. Has already taken the middle of the map.
Yeah, I think he got found out though. Marved so wary about that.
Even then though, I mean, you're gonna have to invest a fair amount of utility to take the space back.
Oh, and I like this from NRG. They heard the Deagle break the Cypher cam of Victor, and they're opting to hit that side of the map, understanding that that is the weak gun. So really reading into that.
With no real idea of what's happening around it either.
Yeah, and Crashies is also already one off of his Gecko ult. That's insane. They lost the last 2 rounds.
So if the orb is up, which I believe it should be, yeah, there it is. Crashies will get his ult online. They're gonna presumably ult out onto B. The thing is, Leviathan are already ahead of it. They have 4 here. They're gonna commit to it anyway. That's gonna hurt. The ult no longer a factor, and they've been hit by the fault line. But they're choosing to brute force their way into this. Persistent in their approach, and it's a grinder. Leviathan just roll over NRG. It's just Marv who's alive now. A 1v5 against poor weaponry. It's not delivering this time. What a start for the defense.
Ooh, that's a big round to win. Winning bonus just fuels your confidence as a team. And the way they won it too, right? So convinced that that was going to be a B hit. And Mazzino's utility was insane right there. We saw the breach shock to get the Gecko off of the ult. Otherwise, Crashies just dies there for free. And then that stun ends up getting 3-4 players, just delaying the actual hit and disrupting the timing of the entry for NRG. That was insane. And that causes a timeout right away. This is very early.
Oh, yeah, we have wins, and they arguably have the most upside, the most potential. So this is a really impressive start.
They better try something else.
Yeah, and on the flip side, Leviathan, I mean, we've seen Aspas go crazy, but they still somehow lose some of the matches that they play. So this is a big test for them to figure out if they actually understand how to close out maps when they get in the advantage.
4 stingers invested for the attack side.
They just hit.
Both flashes out. Demon once lit up, and Aspas just has his way with them. All the stingers are still up though, and if the plan is to go fast and aggressive, they're doing so. The spike has been planted. They've created some space, even upgraded 2 weapons. And it might be getting worse. Mazzino falls. King follows suit. Tex kept at bay by a trip, now has to reposition, and if he goes to market, he's going to find another.
That's one way to win a round, that's for sure. Yeah, he's got to just save right now.
Yeah, first it was the trip, then it would have been Crashies and Vic.
And Demon 1 actually got obliterated on the entry again. A Cypher chip hit him, but it doesn't matter because NRG's timing on that hit was so fast. You saw Mazzino wasn't ready this time with his utility, so the breach really ended up getting not that much value, especially how much value he got the round before. This was like night and day. So already a small adaptation made from NRG to just do an explosive hit into that round, not get stuck behind any utility, not get stuck in the choke, and just trade.
I think the chess game will be really interesting to watch too, because I think given what we know about NRG, they like to feel out the map and then respond.
Yeah.
So if you know that you've got this crazy delay on the other side with Cypher trips, with fault lines, with paranoias, with Gecko util as well, you either go really fast to get ahead of it, or you feel it out, draw it out, and then hit the other area of the map. So it'll be interesting to see what their approach is here.
Yeah, especially when you play against that breach. Like you stated, you have to try to get that quick timing, explosive timing, because if he's there and ready for you, that utility is going to absolutely destroy you.
Does Tex flash out of this? Oh, it's going to be too late now. They're all in the smoke! Wow. Tex gets 2.
Spike down mid.
What a round!
I mean, they hard read into that. They had 2 players in market and 2 players top mid into the smoke to converge on mid if they heard anything. But they didn't need to. All they needed to do was just wait their turn. Wait to hear any sound happening at all, and that would have been the cue. The cue this time around was just the contact made in the smoke. Nice little pinch from market. And the pings came out too, look at that.
They knew. What a start,
One
man.
enemy remaining. Spike.
Let's go.
What a round!
Oh my God. I've seen that smile before.
No, dude, Galaxy braining his way through these first 5 rounds. Guns on the side of NRG once more. An ult for Demon 1, Ethan 1 away from his. Meanwhile, Aspas and Tex, and Mazzino actually, are in a very similar position.
Yeah, and they're doing this on purpose. They want to funnel NRG into this A site because they are committing onto this retake with Cypher trips to try to get spam kills. And NRG should have a good idea of this because Cyphers usually aren't the ones that push into B main with the main pack. So I do expect a lot of cautious play here.
Leviathan are already here, man. Oh, even if they give up some of the space, they have all of this retake utility. The question is, do they flood or do they wait?
Spike planted.
Oh, the breach shot's gone.
That has to buy some time. Can they stabilize? Can they hold them back? Zeno still patiently waiting. You see that first paranoia come out from Marv. Nothing found yet. The knife managed to be dodged by Mizzino. So now they're able to go. The question is, how many will they hit? The paranoia is certainly going to help, but Vic still gets one. But King with 3 on the round response. It's all on Crash. He's now. Can King do it on his own? Crash, he's trying to dodge all the bullets. Can King going for the ace? The clip will not be found.
Oh no!
Crashies gets another. Time is short. Aspas has to stick it. Crashies can play this super well. There's no way! Oh, the classic betrays him.
And there's just nothing he can do about that. His crosshair's on the head, but that inaccuracy from the classic just doesn't go his way. Pure RNG. We love that. Can we take a step back, though, and talk about King? This guy just went crazy on that retake. Oh, that first bullet inaccuracy of the classic, that's insane. No way, King is sitting at 11-3 right now. IGLing, fragging out. And look at the ult economy now. You have Rocket, you have Gecko ult, Omen ult for the rotate if you need it.
How do you bounce back from something like that? It feels like an opportunity that's just lost. You don't really have time to think things over, though.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, reset and go into the next.
I mean, that's 2 rounds now from NRG that arguably could have gone the other way.
Should have gone
Right?
the other
Pistol
way.
and now this, and crucial rounds. A slow mid approach.
Yeah, it seems like a lean towards B. You've got Cypher Util here. Comms waiting on the other side. Mizzino not far off. That one way is miserable.
And stun not used yet either.
Patience.
Yeah, Mizzino holding onto that. Now it comes out.
45 seconds left on the round. You see how much respect is being shown. Texas still playing back in spawn. Really understanding what the pressure points are, where you can gamble a little bit more and take some space.
Oh, this is...
Oh yeah! Monster on the
30 seconds left.
Oh, he's going back in. Oh, he's going back in. He gets one. Does he know there's another? No, Ethan falls. Goes up top. Marv joins him.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh!
Dude, King is...
Yo,
King is on one.
he's so fast right now.
Goodbye.
Poor Vic, he's just on the other side of the map. He was the win con had they actually gotten into A site. He would have wrapped all the way around. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't get to that. That was really good proactivity from the side of Leviathan. Doubling up there, King and Aspas, taking that A fight. And that was a Gecko ult invested from Crashies, but it got shot down so fast. That allowed Crashies to actually pop that rocket.
One enemy
Look at
remaining.
this guy.
Dude, King has just been
Oh my
a man
gosh.
possessed.
It's not over yet, though, especially when it comes to Leviathan. I feel like they put themselves in such a great spot, but somehow in these maps, they can definitely slip away.
Well, it's aggressive here, and King continues to farm. Lighter weaponry on the attack side, sure. But they continue to have their way with NRG.
Yeah, and this Gecko ult just a re-clear out of everything. Marv tried to finesse it, gets caught off guard. And Leviathan are just a couple steps ahead at the moment.
One enemy remaining.
Understanding how NRG wants to rotate off of those kills.
This feels like more than a couple steps. This has just been
She's going
an
again.
outrageous performance from Leviathan.
Oh.
He's gonna get knifed, isn't he?
The team flash as well. Oh, whoa, whoa. That boy Tex.
14-4 for King. I think the other thing I wanted to mention, and we just saw it pop up on our screens, that's a second timeout already used
Yeah,
for NRG.
this is their map pick too. And the whole point of them picking this map, they probably understood that they're gonna get the attack inside. They want to be able to set the pace, but so far, starting with that pistol round, I think it was just such a devastating loss that it's kind of hard to bounce back from moments like that. Especially because, let's see if they can string together a couple here.
That goes there.
Get a comeback in this half.
Okay.
The constant
let's get
setup
set up.
changes from Leviathan are so cool to watch. Now you have the breach and the Gecko towards the A side of the map. just to set up King here. And on the other side, you have Aspas holding B with Calm.
They're going to try to test this setup again. And it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier, right? For the attack side, how do you approach this barrage of utility that can delay you so hard? Here, they've drawn out some of that util. They've made some noise, but then they've cut it, and it seems like they want to re-hit this. But much like we've seen in the last couple rounds, Leviathan are ahead of it. Texas already here. And they're still getting the kills. Demon Lord falls. Crashes is going to join them. It seems like they can do no wrong right now. And through the slight delay, now the rest of reinforcements have arrived. Aspas has arrived at the scene.
B.
It's all on Marv and Vic now.
One enemy remaining.
And Marv is left standing by himself. A 1v2, 70 HP, no armor. Spike well out of reach. So much left to do. And the final boss of King on the other side with Zeno looking over his shoulder.
30 seconds left.
Such a difficult situation. Really playing mind games as best as he can, but they're not fooled.
Yeah,
8-1 for Lev.
King's not falling for that at all, and it just seems like Lev right now, they're just doing everything right. Even the trips that Calm put right there, avoiding the raise nade from Demon 1. And they're really passive trips. These aren't kill trips for the actual entry. So just getting caught off guard is NRG. And that's because of how Lev have been playing this defensive side. They're changing a lot of their setups. Look, again, a new setup once more.
Right there.
This game plan that they had is ridiculous.
And they're gonna have Aspas show here in the B main to act like it was a similar setup as the last round, but Cypher's actually on the A side of this map.
See the fault line come through, the paranoia out as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was all on purpose. Aspas got hit by the knife on purpose, and King dodged it to try to punish if anyone's there. But now Tex, whew, pretty wise to just back off there. No need to do any heroics, especially with the way that they've been winning these rounds.
I think it shows a lot of discipline too, because when you're up 8-1, when it feels like everything is going right, you want to swing that. You want to take the fight.
Double flash right here.
On the other side of the smoke, they both come through. They're so done. Mazzino gets 3.
Down A.
Can he do what King could not? Ethan tucks tail, runs away. And again, the spike well out of reach.
Oh!
He's gonna get him, isn't he? No. I've jinxed him. And now Calm drops Ethan, Marv left alone. We've seen this before.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if Marv wins this, so just cement him as even more of a GOAT in the game of Valorant. But I think it's nearly impossible.
Yeah. There's just so much left for him to do.
Yeah.
What a stomp. What a subversion of expectations, too.
Yeah.
Do what we do. Get back to
I
gym.
have to point out that in these rounds, you know, in the last series we saw from Marv, we saw him doing a lot of timings in mid, doing these lurk plays. The old Marv, right? The one that we knew and loved.
Yeah.
But King has been actually checking the entire other side of the map while this is all happening to try to catch out Victor or Marv on these lurks. He's actively seeking that 1v1 to make sure they don't get flanked on the retakes.
Oh, this is a nice
And something small like that goes a long way. It gives you way more confidence to actually flood in. Again, Aspas deliberately showing into B main, and this time changing his position, not actually anchoring the B main, but Victor should have that information at this point.
Oh, a little bit of tag on a Mazzino there, the spam into the smoke. There's a lot of presence on the other side of this. The thing is, Leviathan have their reinforcements. They're not far off. Aspas playing in market, Calm close by.
They're playing for this mid crunch.
And just like that, they wrestle the space back out of the hands of NRG.
Yeah.
How do they get through this? Mazzino playing close.
Interesting smoke too.
This feels like we're trying to find any space that we can. Demon 1 pushing the smoke, contacting his way in. Marv tries to find some space mid and is met with a similar fate.
Kate, camera taken out.
And now they know the rest of the members are trying to funnel the way out onto B, but Leviathan are already here. It's the same story.
Oh my gosh!
It's the same outcome.
I actually thought NRG did a really good job of baiting out all of that mid utility. I think they had a good idea that LEV was ready to do a breach halt play if they made any type of noise in mid, so they kind of feinted it, right? They baited out all that utility in mid on purpose. But then, you know, just trying to find the gaps after that, they get punished for it. Right now, LEV is watching all these entries. They're not allowing any weird lurks to come through.
You on the other side?
7 rounds in a row. This has been an outrageous performance.
Yeah, it's a hell of a way to start a half.
I got you.
Especially after you probably should have lost the pistol round. This is nuts.
Really not looking back. Last round of the half, guns for the attack side. They have Ethan's ult.
Oh, the stun, he got off the stun.
Mazzino's got his ult back online.
Look at him on the minimap, how he rotates after he uses that stun. Already going to top mid. He's here for the instant aggression if anyone goes through mid.
And as soon as that smoke goes up on the right side of mid, they know they're going to try to pressure the other side. Mazzino's there to greet 3.
Oh my god, he's alive.
He hasn't taken a lick of damage.
He's still alive.
He's surrounded now. Ethan hunts him down. Crashies finds another. Finally, a little bit of room to breathe, but are they going to get choked out once more? King finding one, a 2v2 for the rest of the round. Both faced. Tex in a 1v2. Can he deliver? No. NRG get the second, and honestly, it was as difficult as the entire half has been for him.
Switching sides.
Yeah, they had to fight really hard for that. Pushing Mazzino all the way back into spawn and then into that B lobby area. Finally getting caught off guard by a flash from Ethan.
Not a single player of NRG on the side of NRG is positive. Not one. When you think about this roster and the way it was constructed, there's no way you would expect that.
Very good, very good.
Gouda?
Dude, that's flow state right there. We're gonna throw it down to the desk and see what they thought of that 10-2 half in favor of LEV. I think what anybody expected going into halftime of the first map, but alas, here we are where Leviathan have just obliterated NRG from top to bottom. But as it goes, with the new half comes an opportunity to approach the map a different way, and that's what NRG are gonna have to do. A seemingly insurmountable task before them. How do you erase an 8-round deficit and get back into this thing?
Yeah, and if I'm NRG right now, I'm just trying to even just get warmed up, because I felt like there was a lot of shots where they didn't even have a chance. Just getting insta'd. Maybe the peak's just not on point for NRG right now, and they need a little bit more time. So they have to win this pistol round. They need to buy more time to get hot, especially going into a map like Bind where you're gonna see Tex on this again. Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's perfectly indicative of what we've seen so far. Calm understanding of the timing, realizing that was a weak area of the map, trying to get a jump on Demon 1, and that's huge.
He's playing the Cypher so well. I mean, he hasn't done anything too flashy in general, but he's just playing the role in itself really well.
And you don't really have to be flashy when you're up 10-2 and King is dropping 20 and a half.
Yeah. What a great flash.
Dude, they're a step ahead of everything.
And they're not even
right.
gonna commit, they're going back. Oh my gosh.
NRG look
30
lost
seconds left.
A new
on the
cinema
map right now.
A new cinema.
I mean, King is just manipulating rotations any way he could possibly want.
This is a pleasure to watch.
A 5v3, which we saw in the first half.
I don't want to jinx it, man.
I mean, they're all stacked in main, too. Every single one of them waiting for NRG to face. With no real utility, Mazzino has his stun, King has his flash.
Oh my gosh, this is so unlikely to be one for NRG.
There's the first, there's the second. The only real bit of utility that was left for NRG has been invested. Victor and Ethan, they're swinging this thing back. There's no way! There's no way! Mazzino's got to win the clutch, and of course he does!
Oh my gosh!
I'm great. You're welcome.
Unbelievable. The Red Bull clutch in the pistol for Leviathan. It looked like it was going to be disaster.
I got nothing to say. Mazzino's the GOAT.
Остался один игрок.
Oh my gosh. It's so calm with it too.
Yeah. A force from NRG with really no real option. A desperate need to make something happen. To force some sort of an advantage that's otherwise evaded and eluded.
Camera take cage triggered.
A 1-for-1 certainly helps.
Yeah, and this is gonna sound BM, but I feel like the best things from NRG that we've seen so far have come from the stinger buys.
Yeah.
Like they're just instaing with the stinger, but for some reason when it comes to the gun rounds, it's not all quite there.
A little bit of damage dealt, but the kill ultimately in favor of Marv.
Oh, they hear this rotation too.
You did good.
The thing is, there's still a lot. Well, most of the weaponry is still up. They still have the Guardian, they still have the Bulldog. Both of those finding value.
Oh, he spotted him.
It's so clunky sometimes to play Breach. Body block, but he still manages to get his way out. Demon 1 with the Sheriff. Demon 1 who's been quiet all map.
Spike planted.
Oh.
With an opportunity to be the hero! And he is for NRG there.
Okay. We need that if you're NRG. Anything to keep this game just going for a little bit longer. Get everybody's hands warmed up. And he found such a great timing that in that moment, satcheling over the trip.
Gone here.
But actually, Calm was already dead, so it didn't really matter, but
Spike
still.
planted. One enemy remaining.
Tech's just getting caught out there is tough.
Yeah. And I said it, right? These stinger buys from NRG has been the best look we've seen so far.
A hero rifle in the hands of Aspas. Full armor.
I like this.
Yeah, and then pistols around it. I mean, it makes sense.
And when you got a player like him on your team, you can do things like this. You've already seen the success of what Oxy can do. NRG are usually very, very good on the anti-ecos. Especially after kickoff.
You imagine as soon as that trip goes down, it'll creep forward. That's exactly what Aspas does, and they're trying to be so methodical about finding their fights. That's a big one onto Marv.
That's the smokes, and then they swap because he got low. Ooh.
Not really in a position to try to scoop up that weapon, so it's still just one rifle, and it's in the hands of King, who's been just as good, who's been better than Aspas up until this point. Ethan feeling some of the pressure, able to keep it at bay, at least for now.
They're so worried about
2v4, hello, they're close. Crashy's on the swing, the flash in his face, doesn't matter. Aspas is left alone, trying to find a weapon. He will not be able to. NRG gets a 4.
Nice. Not the cleanest of anti-ecos, just because of how that round started with Marv getting picked off. And I mean, that's your smokes against an eco, but Demon 1 and Victor actually re-aggroing B main there to make the numbers even. And then that just ultimately ends up allowing Ethan to take out everybody that's funneling back to the A site right here. And the second kill was actually really clean. Confidence just sit there, commit to that duel. Ethan's having a map right now.
15 and 12 leading from the front.
Big change of pace from Lev. This is a fast A hit, but this trip looks deadly.
Ethan's hearing some of this noise. He has his ult.
The problem with playing a spot like this is if they actually commit on A, you already know that Breach Seas is going to come out and hit that little default bomb plant area. But they opt to go back, just depositing Aspas, and he's just holding for any re-aggression.
Question is, how far does the re-aggression go? Aspas will be tagged. You wonder here too how they interpret this, because you see Aspas, you think, well, the rest of the team's got to be close, right? He's not normally one to be lurking around.
Oh, that's so big. This timing is huge.
There's a trip keeping him at bay. But bullets will surpass that. The cam spots him. The timing is beautiful.
Unreal, Doug.
Calm again, getting the best of him. We've said that a few times now. Aspas has joined the fray. They've all rotated towards B. The Rolling Thunder will pave the way, but Marv TP'd ahead of it. He gets spammed anyway.
30 seconds left.
Just when it seemed like he had an opening, had some room to breathe, he gets punished. And once again, NRG at a numbers deficit. They invest everything they possibly can. Ethan's ult dropped. Victor swings his way into his death. And it's all on to Crash. He's in the face of 5. Cannot convert. Cannot deliver. Leviathan on map point.
Match
Calm
point.
just played such a smart round, saving his cam for the reclear onto B main, understanding that NRG have been getting aggressive in that general area, especially Demon 1. I feel like he's pushed up like the last 3 rounds. And that's just an easy punish. And then the heads-up awareness to get the span on Marv as well.
That's got it. That feels so bad if you're Demon 1. Like, you know what? Timing, bro. I got timing. The timing is crazy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to him.
It's such a tough spot because you either commit on the people that are swinging you, the footsteps that you hear,
right,
or you try to break the cam and get out, but Lev was just too close for him. And another aggro play down mid.
Speaking of close, but Mazzino's got utility set up and ready to go. If there's a Q, there's a problem.
Oh!
Thought he was going to sidestep his way through all of that. Paranoia looked a little low, but Dizzy connects. You've got King of the World hurt here, but again, Leviathan are here to fight.
They stayed for so long, and you can't do that against a comp like Lev. They have so much utility. Even if the breach goes down, you have the Gecko Flash. That's hard. It's hard to kill there.
And if that's not enough, you've got King's Paranoia too.
Yeah.
They have so many tools at their disposal. And honestly, Leviathan are playing them to perfection.
You want more?
You've got Vic, who's going to try to take some space around the flank, but he's got a clear trip, so now they know where he's headed. Calm's going to try to take that fight. Decides to give it up.
Thrash isn't done with
Join the rest of his teammates. Thrash instantly cleared, but so are Crashies and Ethan.
The
30 seconds
trades are
left.
so good. Who puts a top mid trip when you're on attack? Some freaky stuff going on in this game.
It's going to have to do more than freaky if Victor wants to keep this thing alive. 85 HP, no armor. The need to make a play. Ever great. It's a little high-low. Will not happen. 13-4 on NRG's map pick. Holy smokes. Leviathan just put the world on notice.
And, you know, they do have to be aware of the disruption that Leviathan like to do, especially on their defensive side. That's going to be a key factor in this series.
We'll see what they can do on attack. I think Mimi made a really good point when she said it didn't feel like it was the Razes who were the difference maker there, but NRG are trying to make that be the case here as Demon 1 has a Frenzy and light armor. Investing into him a little bit, you see the Viper Wall splitting the map, and Demon 1's already dead. That wasn't off of a setup either. That was Tex just spamming.
Just got eliminated mid-air. And now here comes the infinite delay, but NRG already wrapping back sight, and that's why this wall is here.
King is in a position to get a lot of value if he plays his cards just right and finds the timing.
Ooh.
Ethan surrounded, and he's getting another. Wasn't far off. He's taking so much damage. 4 HP. Mazzino's trying to cut off the exits, and he does. Continuing right where he left off. Now there's so much left to do. Marv and Crash, he's the only ones remaining.
Spike planted.
Spike planted and Marv is going aggressive. Holy smokes, he's up so far. Trying to draw a line in the sand much further than you would expect. Now Molly's going to delay for a while, buy some time. And that is the essence right now. Now they're done trying to trample forward as they push their way up to spawn. The flash out first. Dizzy, an unfortunate casualty through all of this. As Marv swings forward, he dinks one, but that's all it can be. He crashes through it on his own. The dog in his face. Calm on the swing. The pistol for Leviathan again.
Oh my gosh. I thought for a second Crashies was going to line that up. He looks so confident holding it. Good for Calm to commit to that crouch peek. Understanding that that stun isn't a foolproof method of winning a round. I mean, we've seen so many times it be a cosmetic stun, right?
Dude, that's brutal.
I mean, what can he do about that? That's not even his fault.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
And then this kill on the Ethan was huge.
They concussed.
I'm a pistol clutch guy, no!
Wait, that is the second clutch he got on pistol round.
I think Calm might be back, man.
Dude. I mean, if there's anything that he likes to do, it's prove the haters wrong.
He did it all last year, and he's done it so far this year.
Yeah.
Still much to do left, though. Still plenty of game to play. for NRG. No investment really other than Crashy's getting a ghost.
Here.
I really like how NRG approach the eco rounds. They always get some type of value, whether that's grabbing an orb or getting bombed down, or both in most cases.
Got him.
Marv's already lurking in this U-Haul area. Wow, what a cool flash lineup. It doesn't connect on a Marv, but the info is gathered off the audio cue. And now they're gonna re-clear it.
He's gonna have to land the shot with the Sheriff, and he cannot. Tex clears him.
Man, the disruption that LEV does on their defensive side against this NRG roster has been so good, and the timings have been the most impressive to me. It seems like they always re-clear the right spot at the right time.
We saw it all last map, and we're already seeing it here.
30 seconds left.
NRG not liking what they're seeing B. They decide to flip the map as best as they can, farm a couple of orbs,
Right here.
and then really go from there. With their classics and one ghost. They're gonna try to find some space and get out onto the site.
Oh man, easy pick'ems for
Down
Osbos.
A. One enemy.
He was quiet in the first map. Relatively quiet anyway. Quiet for Osbos' standards, but
You mean he wasn't dropping 50 in one map?
tragic.
Yeah, that's quiet, huh?
You want to dance? I'll leave.
Tex, 2 orbs away from the Gecko wall. Crashy's already sitting on it. And some decent guns here from LEV on this bonus round. Little highlight reel. The eco frags, always satisfying to witness.
You're right though. There is some weaponry behind this. Mizzino has a Phantom, Osbos with a Guardian Sill. So there is a little bit of bite to this, and Calm feeling some of the pressure. Hearing all of that noise is going to give the space up. Ethan gets the orb.
Get it.
Or at least we'll try to. He's what, halfway to his ult?
Yeah. It's just a pretty standard hold in general right now. Just a 2-3 setup. Nothing to re-clear so far. Calm will use Dog though to get info B long, and that should cause a rotate potentially.
And they got some info there, but the knife.
Oh my gosh, King is so smart. He literally dipped at the perfect time, dodged the knife, and he's already back in. This might catch Ethan off guard.
I think the thing is the knife is going to keep him here. Meanwhile, the rest of NRG is A. They have 4 over there. The spike's there too. I feel like it's just enough, just a little bit, to stop Calm and King from rotating A.
Osbos is just
Oh yeah!
silent tucking on that short box.
Crashies uses the Thrash, try to clear out as much space as he can. Didn't fully clear out. Got a lot of space with it.
30 seconds left.
I think they're just gonna try to delay plant as long as they can. Buy time for the rotates to come in.
And they're hot to trot. They're on the way.
Maybe a stim peek from Shower.
I mean, literally everyone is here except for Calm. 9 members huddled into this one little site. Demon 1 falls, 13 seconds left. The spike not committed to yet because there's the delay that you mentioned.
10 seconds.
It's the 3rd, the 4th attempt. And I don't know that there's going to be enough time to get it down.
One enemy
The
remaining.
nade is perfect. There is no time.
Yeah. What a gorgeous display.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful, the way that they played backside, waited for the rotates to come in. And Demon 1 getting a little too antsy there. That flash did not connect on anybody. It was shot instantly out of the sky. So LEV was ready for that too, though. They're ready for the backside fight and using their bonus guns to their advantage. I feel like 9 times out of 10 when you're close range like that with a
10
Spectre,
seconds left.
you tend to win the gun duel even if it's against a Vandal.
Oh, for sure. Just wasn't the case this time.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, that's tough.
Vibes
It's
are
all
at,
falling apart right now.
oh yeah, and on the other side, vibes are at an all-time high.
Yeah. And they're not too hype either. They're very calm, and that's what you need from your team. Especially a team like this, who, when they're so dialed in, it just seems like they can compete with the best of the world.
And I think that was the expectation for this team when it was built.
Look at this exec.
Calm is flashed, but King is holding the line.
Oh,
I mean, we've seen this before. But finally, a little bit of room found. Demon 1 and Marv, the only 2 remaining. They both taken a fair amount of damage. But they're ditching it right back. Can Mizzino pull it off on his own? Yes, he can. The Red Bull clutch on the 4th for Leviathan.
he's doing so many things right now. Winning the 1v2 just jumping out of hookah there. And yeah, it was against pistols, but it still matters.
Yeah, it's a 1v2 still.
Yeah, and the round previous, even just checking the guy in showers. See the highlight of King getting this 3K that he got. Beautiful. Dude, he's on point right now, too. Everyone from LEV just seems to be so ready for this moment. Like they've been waiting for it. Like they couldn't wait to get in the server. But yeah, the round even previously, Mazzino, when he checked showers, just that little micro decision.
He has his ult online now. And you see there's a little bit of help. Text close by. He's still playing showers, as you were mentioning.
Yo, King has played a different angle in this hookah area.
Like every time.
Yeah.
The dog clearing out long. The orb should be his for the taking. But not fully convinced. He uses another flash on long, and that's the cue for him to leave.
Yep. He can just lean for free right now. This is the tough thing about running no sentinel on this map, or having no one defaulted on the other side of the map. They're so ready for this hit. I think they're gonna fight it this time. I don't even think they're gonna try to delay the bomb. I think they're gonna try to fight them in short.
Well, I think the thing is they have the tools for it, right?
Yeah.
They have Tex's ult, they have Mazzino's ult.
If Mazzino goes down here, though, that would be huge for NRG.
No smokes left.
Timing. Oh, Roomba is used, though.
Here's the thing, though, as you mentioned, if they try to rotate out and they try to go through market, there's going to be a lot of presence there. Demon 1, ult not landing, but the bullets do. Numbers in favor of the attack, still looking for their first round, but holy smokes, they might have snatched this thing back.
Oh my gosh.
Tex and hotspots can do no wrong.
And the wraparound from King as well. Foolproof.
Seemingly delaying the inevitable crashes with 7 HP, cannot convert onto anything.
It's like I said, they're ready. They're positioned to fight this time. And these are the little changes of just pace that LEV has been showing on the defensive side. They played back sight like the last two rounds. And now they're going to take the fight to them. This is so enjoyable to watch.
I think the scary thing is, too, they've managed to keep a lot of these ults. Mazzino still has his.
Anything.
Yeah, Tex still has his, and now they've got us.
5 ults online, Doug. And they're up 5-0. But they need to secure rounds like this where NRG has the stingers and pull off a crazy strat.
Demon 1 satcheling forward, still trying to take a fight, and once again plucked out of the sky.
Got punished again.
It's been kept on a short leash all series.
Yeah, that Gecko ult. He's gonna force the TPs. He's going through with it.
And he still gets his one. I'm imagining he saw Crashies, but he may have not.
I don't think he saw him in the actual TP. But it doesn't matter. The proactivity from LEV.
One enemy remaining.
They're such a good cohesive unit right now, Doug.
Holy smokes.
I mean, just from that info gathered from that Thrash ult, understanding that Marv got a kill on one of the players short that was trying to re-aggro from LEV, that allows him to take all of that space down B long and get the one up on the enemies that are trying to back up from that hookah area. I mean, they're so aware of the map right now, all 5 players, and how they should be filling in the gaps that are there. I mean, Osbox doesn't even look entertained right now.
And you're right, you mentioned it earlier, they're stoic. I mean, they're calm, they aren't popping off like crazy. He's 1 in 3.
Wow, that's a crazy stat line.
Nothing is really changing. The map is different, but it feels like a lot of the same story.
And honestly, it just feels like he's getting killed on the entry every single time. And it's something that we don't really see Demon 1 do so much. Usually he's more of a duelist that kind of sits a little bit back and allows the game to be a little bit slower of a pace. So now that he's playing more aggressive, his team isn't there to back him up and he just gets punished. And how many times have we seen him die satcheling into sight? I feel like every single time so far.
Finally, some signs of life.
Yeah.
Coming out from Marv, but can they convert on this? I think that's the question. If Demon 1 gets some space, they can flip the map, or they can stay. That's certainly not going to help their cause. As soon as there's attack, you see the spam go through. And what? He still gets that kill? How has he gotten away with it? Aspas is going to be late to the rotate. King in a perfect position as he gets 2.
Dude.
Demon 1 and Crash is only 2 left standing.
Dude, this is insane.
30 seconds left.
Unbelievable.
It's the same narrative as last map. They cannot do no wrong. Mazzino, they're just spamming and living for long enough for King to just get a backstab there. But NRG just not aware of the gap that could be made. And honestly, it kind of fell down to Vic with the little whiff there. I feel like any other day, Victor kills Mazzino in that situation. I mean, he must have shot at least 10 bullets.
8 rounds into the second.
I mean, even with that flash, it didn't do anything. It didn't even connect.
Oh, Mazzino.
Yeah.
I mean, Mazzino's just unbelievable right now. The series he's had so far has arguably been like a life series. And he's far from done.
Yeah, but Marv's had enough. He's trying to take things into his own hands.
I mean, he had enough in the last round. Just when it feels like there's a little bit of room for them to find some space, it all crumbles!
The utility is too good, and Victor kills himself with his own ult! Everything is going wrong for NRG today!
This feels like we're watching a Shakespearean tragedy.
Oh no!
To remind you, on Sunset, it was a 10-2 half. They had won 7 rounds in a row in the first half. Leviathan did. They're at 8 so far.
I mean, they're just trying to speedrun today, apparently. Like, they must have some dinner reservations or something tonight.
This is just wild. To think that we're on the second map of this series.
No. I mean, to be fair, there's not much he can really do.
Yeah.
And you can even see him laughing. I know it seems kind of troll. He died to his own ult, but what was his choice?
Yeah, he didn't have many options.
I mean, he's going to die to the enemy Brim ult if he doesn't do that. Do they clear calm here? Oh,
they've got Aspas to help, and they have Tex with the Dizzy over the top. I mean, that's the cue. The flash just dropped. The bodies do too.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. Off contact. Gecko flash comes out. Then Calm uses flash for the people that are behind it.
Gotcha. Crash is going to fall. Marv and Victor left alone. Desperately looking for any sort of a spark, a catalyst.
Every timing, every shot.
Smoke's down.
Victor with nothing to do.
4 players looking at him.
Leviathan have played this entire series and as close to perfect as you could possibly ask for.
Yeah. And at this point, I mean, the NRG, they just look defeated.
If you had told me that we were going to be, 28 rounds into a series and NRG have won 4 of them, I would have called you a liar. I mean, I would have called you insane because there's no way, right? But here we are, where they only won 4 rounds this entire series, and it was in the first map. And again, guess who's top fragging for Leviathan?
Mazzino.
They're just doing this in such a masterful way.
Yeah, this is very, very impressive, and this is not easy to do.
And it's also not with Aspas dropping 40.
Oh.
Right? I think would have been the expectation for most, but alas, they're doing it by committee.
Look at that. They're so confident. They want to disrupt. They want NRG to have to use utility on these early chokes, so when they actually go for the site hits, they have nothing. And then they just win the util exchange. Like, even there, they just walk up short, go for a peek, get out instantly. And now they're going to re-aggro again.
Oh, really feeling like they were ahead of that.
But NRG's not reacting off of this at all. They should already be taking the A site. This hesitation that is coming through.
I got this. I'm out.
And they're close. They haven't committed to it yet. Marv has this pit. Crashes as his ult. The knife not tagging, but the dog's already out. Mazzino with a lot to do.
Spike planted.
And to the surprise of no one, Mazzino wins it out again. He gets 2.
Monster on the loose.
Goes on for the 3rd, but doesn't land it. Aspas still back sight. Tex has been caught, but it's just momentary. It's just a slight delay. You see NRG disciplined with it, not forcing any of these fights, understanding they're in a position to win a round. And not wanting to squander it, not wanting to throw it away. The pit goes in, and King's behind enemy lines. He's so far up. Aspas snaps!
What a freak! Before that, he also spammed crashies on top of the box. No, the crowd's going wild. And LEV is just calm.
This is a beating
That's
unlike...
how he killed crashies?
Yeah. This is a beating unlike, I think, anything we've seen in recent memory.
I mean, especially with the caliber of team. I mean, maybe if you're talking about a team that's already lost a bunch of matches, you know, like a Fieria.
Yeah.
But this is like, this is unheard of. I mean, before this match, I was definitely looking at NRG as a top 3 team in the league, in the world, potentially.
Maybe Thunderbrand circles around them. And they've done it at their pace. They've done it their way. The disruption has been way too much for them to handle. They fight in 2s. Marv was just overwhelmed there. And look at the dude, this util dump is insane.
And again, you're gonna get proactive with utility once more. This has been the name of the game in this series. It's just proactivity, clearing out everywhere that energy deposits. Just the util is phenomenal.
It's perfect.
Even the dog to spot the shower walkout right there, so nobody U-Haul has to worry about it. Oh, jeez.
I mean, they're calling circles around NRG. Their utility usage is masterful. They're winning every single gunfight. They're getting free kills through smokes.
30 seconds left. Ready.
What do you do in a situation like this?
You try to not get 13-0'd is what you do.
Dude,
anything that you can do to not be 13-0'd, you don't want to be the first team this year to be 13-0'd. Have we seen one yet this year?
No.
I don't think so.
Look at that timeline.
Shot my wingman.
Start to see some of those kills come through again. This has effectively become a frag movie for their time.
It's crazy.
The YouTube video is going to go nuts.
Normally when NRG starts on attack, they take their time and really work out how the enemy defense likes to play. But LEV have showed so many different looks on both maps so far, and their timings of the retakes of just space in general have been perfect.
Demon 1 looking to take any space that he can, and he's going to have a walk through lava to get it. The ult doesn't land. He takes a bit more damage on the way back, but they've gotten the spike down. The thing is, they have a lot of retake util on the other side. Oh, he got a little bit too far. All 3 of them! Victor falls! But fortunately, that's all it was for them, as they seem to be punching back. But the punches have nothing behind them. What can Marv and Ethan do? They pop the ults. The spike has been ticking away for a little while now. Maybe they're gonna have to go aggressive with this. The Stinger and a Spectre. Ethan with 3 on the round.
He's so good with the Stinger, man.
Player standing.
No shot.
Are they gonna have enough time? No. I think it was a little short. That's how they went around.
Hey, no 13-0, and that's the bright side for NRG. That is the sigh of relief. Listen to that.
That's the first time NRG fans have had a chance to celebrate this entire half.
And the players too. I mean, you don't want to get 13-0'd.
That's, yeah. Yep. Well, so that's how they went around, to the surprise of everyone.
I'm not surprised because NRG with Stingers.
We've talked about a couple times, they've played a perfect series up until this point, or as close to perfect as you can possibly get. The fact that they've lost 5 rounds this entire time has been outrageous.
Yeah, and when you win in a blowout of this fashion, You're not actually showing everything that you have. So we actually haven't seen the full playbook of what LEV has in store for other teams. Winning like this is so good for your team.
Oh, it hit him in the face.
That's on purpose, but it still doesn't fully dodge it.
Silence before gunfire erupts as everybody, almost everyone on the map is grouping up towards A short. Demon 1, the tip of the spear with Crash. He's not far off. Tex takes the first bit of damage, and there we go. As a barrage of bullets fly across, we see things settle down. A 3v3 Tex, much worse for wear. Aspas is taking a little bit of damage as well. And they cut noise. Now reconsidering this. Mark's still playing on the other side of the map, understanding if they flip through Telly, he'd be in trouble.
Yeah. He's going to start flanking right now, which is a good call. It's going to be a double flank from Crashies and Marv. And Ethan's job right here is just to delay as much as possible and make sure it's not obvious that a flank is coming in. He needs to show more presence, but safely, right? Because if he doesn't, sightlines will be adjusted behind, but that doesn't happen.
King with Molly in his lap has to take a step back. Tex with 22 HP, and you see him. They've been corralled into U-Haul. They're gonna have to fight their way out of this. And it's Ethan who wins that one out. They're just gonna stick the defuse. King has nothing he can do about it. NRG get their second.
Nice. Good pistol from NRG, committing on that short 8 by not rotating off of any timing, just waiting. And then the reflank from Marv and Crashies. Ethan playing in that CT spawn so perfectly, it just worked out superbly. And this is the NRG that we like and that we have come to love because they play the fundamentally correct style. But I don't know if it's enough to make a comeback this crazy.
No buy for Leviathan. Patient with it.
Oh, I thought this through.
Took a little bit of damage there.
I mean, when you're up 11-2, you just get a different type of confidence. I mean, this team has clearly already been confident going into this series, but you start taking a lot more risks and doing things that are just not the meta. And NRG need to be ready to punish moments like that if they come.
Now look at the respect that they're showing them. They're so far back. The only person who's really up is Demon 1.
Yeah.
They've done very carefully approaching this round with the pistols that they've brought into it. A heavy lean towards B, and that's where the majority of NRG is.
And this will be a double flash play off of contact from Crashies. So once Crashies gets contact here, Ethan will do a pop flash, and then Crashies will throw his flash after. Here it comes.
There are the flashes that you mentioned. Aspas is stuck. Nowhere to go.
30 seconds left.
The gun difference on full display here for NRG.
One enemy remaining.
Tex, no shot he can do anything there. Marv gets 4 on the round. NRG gets a 3.
Super nice setup.
Yeah.
But finally, we get to see the flash combo working out for NRG. I feel like a lot of the rounds that we've seen them try to combo up that Gecko flash with the KO flash, the Gecko flash hasn't been getting much value.
Yeah, it gets cleared instantly, you're right.
Nice, a lot of players blind here, and the wall comes up at the same time. Good protocols. But a lot of info gained for LEV on how NRG likes to play a passive hold on that B site. So if they decide to hit again, expect a Gecko Molly to land on top of that default box, pushing Ethan out if he decides to play there again, or anybody else that plays there.
Yeah, forcing him to swing into the crosshairs.
Yeah.
Smoke's down.
Those are the type of things that you need to read into, even on the anti-ecos or your eco rounds.
You've seen Vic try to do this twice now, where he tries to push the Viper Orb off of its placement. It hasn't really netted much of anything.
Yeah, I almost think you want it to land a little bit more right. Bounce it off the right side of the temple of the dome. Might need a 7-head for that one, though.
Right here.
Well, that might have been 7-head right there.
Yeah. Actual.
Here.
They're again going into the stack. 4 members of NRG are here. The dogs can clear U-Haul, and they can go off of that. There's so much that's covered by these
30
smokes.
seconds left.
And instead of just going for a safe plant, they're gonna push back into spawn. They're gonna fight back side with the flash over the top. Leviathan get them both.
And now they can flip, keep the guy in
Spike
pocket,
planted.
and have a crossfire on his site. And this is going to be a double swing potentially. Tex!
What a cool idea.
Oh, man.
Aspas is ahead of it.
1 enemy remaining.
Marv trampling forward. Can't really do anything. How does Ethan win a 1v3 like this? He can't.
Yeah. Great reaction from Lev to push back site there. Take over
Match
the
point.
CT spawn, the defender spawn.
Then first shouts.
Yeah.
Marv just not ready for that. It's tough because he has to clear so many angles while that bomb is ticking down.
Right between you.
You know, you and I have talked so many times about how it feels like impossible to hold back sight on A. And that's just when people are playing things standard.
Yeah.
When you have them clearing through U-Haul, a flash over the top of truck, and then a fight back side is just incredible.
And I don't know who was in heaven there, but I think it may have been Crashies. Just ended up whiffing when Victor needed help the most.
Round 16, a 12-3 lead for Leviathan. You can hear the crowd trying to will NRG back into this series, but it almost feels too little too late. Crashies on the cross.
Nice
They get the kills they're looking for. The potential for more. You can tell they want to go aggressive, but wisely take a step back.
Poison orb emitting.
And just like that, what, 20, 30 rounds into the 30 seconds into the round, it's over. Because surely Leviathan to win a 3v5 to win the series, right?
Don't do that. Don't do that, man. If Crashies went down there, I would have had to come over there.
Texas taking a little bit of damage here. Demon 1 online,
Spike down A.
but is it too late? A flawless round for NRG as they get their 4th.
Yeah, the NRG so far in these early round exchanges on the defensive side have gotten the best of Lev. Even the previous round that they lost, they were up 4v3. And I like the way that they repositioned after getting those 2 picks. Demon 1 going into U-Haul, changing his spot, playing a little off angle.
Yep.
And just letting the kills come to him. And that's the Demon 1 that we know. That's where he shines the strongest. When people swing into him, he just instas them. He had a really tough time on that attack side entering on the Raze.
Yeah, he did. Shoddy buy here for the attack. They do have Texas ult, though.
Yeah, this will be a short A hit.
Poison orb emitting.
And I think, again, it's not 4, but they are pushing into the majority of the NRG players. 3 here, 2 have held showers. You imagine King is going to try to take some late space there. Uh-oh, that's in the molly. Stays alive, though. Demon 1 trying to creep forward. King waiting on the other side, and Demon 1 knows! Oh, that's not how that was supposed to go.
Stinger too strong, Doug.
Aspas
Stinger
up
too
top,
strong.
not able to find anything with the ult. It's all into Marvin Vic now. Trying to keep this series alive.
1 enemy remaining.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wow.
Marv in a 1v5.
They're running him down like a dog.
Complete obliteration from top to bottom. Any given Sunday, Leviathan destroy NRG.